Hi everyone, me Matika. In this lesson now I want to talk about degrees of comparison, adverbs, to continue my explanation about degrees of comparison with adjective. Okay, adverb. The general form of adverb is adjective plus li. What I mean with adverb here is adverb of manner. Let's see, happy and then become happily. Wise plus ly become wisely. There are some adverb that cannot be added by ly. Okay, let's see later. Adverb. It is used to explain a verb and an adjective. Let's see in the example. The system is greatly applicable. The system is greatly applicable. So applicable is the adjective and greatly is the adverb. Greatly explain applicable. Millennials run their business creatively. Run is the verb and creatively is the adverb. So creatively explains this verb. Okay, now the regular form. We have positive, comparative, and superlative. One syllable. Hard become harder, hardest. High, higher, highest. Fast, faster, fastest. Late, later, latest. So this one syllable belongs to the adverbs that cannot be added by ly. So we cannot say hardly because it will be different. The meaning is different. High, highly, it is okay, but the meaning is also different when we use high as the adverb and highly as also the adverb. Later I will talk about that when we use high, when we use highly, with certain adverb that can be used as adjective and can be used as adverb in the other video, of course. So now I want to talk about the degrees of comparison. And then we have two or more syllables here: quickly, more quickly, most quickly, perfectly, more perfectly, most perfectly, beautifully, more beautifully, most beautifully. But still we have the irregular form. Positive, well, this comes from good. Of course we cannot use goodly, so we change good, the adjective of good become the adverb well, and then the comparative is better, superlative best, badly, worse, worst, and then much, more, and most, little, less, and least, far, farther, further, farthest, and furthest. Okay, how about the construction? Let's see. For the same degree, the loser walked as clumsily as the sleepy bear does. That was the third time for him to be beaten by the same person. Look, walk, predicate or a verb, and then you have this adverb as. The same, the winner climbed on the stage as proudly as he reached the summit of the mountain. This is the verb, and as proudly as, this is the adverb with as. How about the meaning? What is compared here? We want to compare the loser and the sleepy bear. The loser, how the loser walked compared to that is done by the sleepy bear. So the quality of how the loser walked is the same as the quality of how the sleepy bear walked. In the second, the winner climbed he here is the winner. So what we want to compare is the two verbs, climbing and reaching, two actions, and the quality of the two actions is the same, proud. So the winner climbed proudly, the winner reached the summit of the mountain proudly. And when we compare it, they are the same. Okay, we come to the higher degree. The artist arranged and glued every piece of paper more accurately than a robot assembles parts of a car. The artist, this is the verb. A robot assembles, this is the verb. More accurately is the adverb. Higher degree, we use more accurately, the comparative form. An artist takes care of his masterpiece more carefully than he brings up a baby. Takes care, this is verb, and then carefully, this is adverb. More carefully than, don't forget with the word than if we want to compare the higher degree. Of course, the adjective must be in the the adverb must be with more here because this is the comparative form. The first sentence, we have artist and a robot to be compared. So, how the artist's work is compared to the robot works, that is assemble parts of car, but the quality of the artist's action is more than the robot. What an artist. And then in the second, an artist is compared, there are two actions here that is done by the artist, taking care of his masterpiece and bringing up a baby. Taking care of his masterpiece, it seems that the quality is higher than bringing up a baby. So, he gave more attention on his masterpiece than to a baby. That's why we have two verbs here with the same subject. He is an artist here. Okay, and then for the lower degree, we can use, as I told you in degrees of comparison with adjective, we have not, so, blah 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 blah, as. And we have here didn't push because it is adverb, we need verb, negative. So hard. My father didn't push me to get the best achievement so hard as my teacher did. So, and then you have adverb here, as. You can have this also. My father trained me less seriously than he did it to his students. We can use less seriously than. So it's up to you. Actually, you can have this not only for the one syllable only. You can have it in two syllables with ly. It's okay. But the most important that you have negative here to show the lower degree. If you have the positive, then it will be the same degree. You can have here as hard as. So didn't push me as hard as, or you can have so hard as. So in this sentence, we want to compare, or I want to compare my father and my teacher, what they did. And what my father did has the lower degree than what my teacher did. My father trained me less seriously than he did the same thing. If it is lower degree, you use less. If it is higher degree, you use more. Okay, and in this second sentence, I want to compare what he did to me compared to what he did to his students. Okay, to express the idea of continuing change, again, the same as what I told you in the adjective one, we have more and more ambitiously. So we don't have more ambitiously and more ambitiously. This is wrong. This man expands his business more and more ambitiously, but he doesn't consider the market very well. So more and more ambitiously. He built more factories everywhere, but he doesn't consider the market very well, whether it can be used in that society or not, or whether he can get more profit or not. But we want to say that he is ambitious enough, or maybe too ambitious, to expand his business. And then the next is this family company has been run for years. Unfortunately, the present leader works less and less professionally. We use more and more to show the changing is growing. And then in here, less and less professionally growing, but negatively, or in negative sense. Okay. Maybe in this sentence we want to show that the family company has been run for years. It is possible that the situation, it will give the profit higher. Unfortunately, the present leader cannot work very well, cannot work professionally. So it is possible in the future the company can collapse. Okay, that's why we use less and less professionally. Okay, continue to the next to say that two changes happen together. The more passionately I do my hobby, the more creatively I develop it. Enthusiasm gives positive impact to our mental health. So now I want to tell you the construction. The construction is difficult enough actually. If you don't want to make a mistake, you can check like this. I do my hobby passionately. And then the second, I develop my hobby creatively. Then you want to show that doing the hobby and developing the hobby happens together. That's why you can use this, and it's group, and the two activities are improved or are improving. That's why we can have like this. The more passionately, so you just move the word passionately at the front and then put the comparative form. The more passionately, and then the more creatively. The more seriously you develop your hobby, the more chances you will get to improve it for financial benefit. It's almost the same actually with this, but in the second sentence, I want to show you that you can have the mixed form. You develop your hobby seriously. So this is adverb. You will get the more chance, you will get the chances. You will get the chances to improve it. And we put more here. It means that this is adjective. You can have this. You can have this kind of sentence. You can have the mix of an adverb and an adjective in your sentence to show changings, to show that the change happen together. So you develop seriously. You develop your hobby seriously, and at the same time, you will get it, or you will get chances to improve it for financial benefit. But it is also growing. Both are growing. That's why you can put it like this. The more seriously, the more chances. Okay, I hope that you can understand about this because the construction is rather difficult. And then how about superlative? Superlative adverbs with two forms. Cheap, cheaply. You can use cheap or cheaply actually. Then in superlative we have cheapest or most cheaply, loud, loudly, loudest, most loudly, quick or quickly, quickest or most quickly, slow or slowly, slowest or most slowly. But I recommend you that in the formal writing to choose the one with this one, most cheaply rather than cheapest. Okay, how about the construction in superlative? The governor always comes the earliest in his office, so he will know who comes late. This is the verb and this is the sorry, and this is the adverb in superlative form. To show that to show the earliest here, I want to show the earliest here without ly because this is one of the adverb that cannot be added by ly, so we cannot say the earlyly. So we have the early. Just put est here, the earliest. Okay, this minister spends the budget the most efficiently among the other ministers. She uses the online system to control the huge money in her department. So the most efficiently spends the most efficiently. We use the most here to show the superlative form. Mostly we use most with the, yeah. Don't forget with the word the to show that this is superlative. But I want to show you that superlative form can be used without the. First, with the meaning of very. So of course, it is used as intensifier. We just want to intensify the adverb, the degree of the adverb. This youngest employee works most diligently. He often goes home late. So we don't compare the youngest how the youngest employee works with the others. No, I just want to show you that he or she, he works very diligently. So just to intensify the word diligently, with no other person or things to be included or within the subject itself. So we don't want to compare the subject with the other subjects or the other thing or the other person, but we compare it within the subject itself. I am spending the spare time most leisurely. It's rare for me to get much time like today. So it's very difficult for me to find, especially when you are just oh, it is not you, this is me, sorry. So it is rare for me to get much time like today because I'm very busy. I have so much work to do every day, but fortunately this time, I mean today, I have some spare time and I can enjoy everything that I can do today. That's why I tell you that I am spending the spare time most leisurely today. So I want to compare it with my previous activities or perhaps with my future activities because I am a busy woman. Okay, I hope that you can understand about this. Okay, finally it's come to the end. For the degrees of comparison, I have told you about the degrees of comparison with adjective and also with adverbs. I hope that it can help you to make good sentences. Thank you for learning with me, and thank you for watching.